Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the stream. With me today is Mr. Kushal Bansal. He is the CEO of CallerDesk, one of India's leading voice tech and telephonic innovators. He's also a patent holder, researcher, startup mentor at IIM Lucknow, and the man behind a Made in India platform that's powering smarter, safer businesses communication across the country. So today we're gonna break down about scam calls, digital arrest, CNAP, DLT, AI fraud detection, and how India can fix this crisis. Kushal, super happy to have you here.
Thank you, Taran. Nice to connect with you and everyone. How are
Yeah,
you?
yeah, all good, Kushal. So,
Glad
Kushal,
to, yeah, please.
yeah, before we just give us a small intro, what exactly is your platform all about and what exactly it
Okay,
does?
sure. So, like you mentioned, that my name is Kaushal Bansal and I'm the co-founder at CallerDesk. So,
Yep,
basically, we are a complete voice communication platform catering all the businesses for their voice communication needs. Like in the business, they always required some helpline number, voice OBD, broadcast, etc., and
okay,
including the outbound call purpose for cloud call center requirement. So every kind of voice communication, if you are requiring kind of voice communication, we have the one-stop solutions, which is completely compliant, security side, operator side, regulatory side. And yes, our target market is the SME market because it's around 6.5 crore business in India. And just to add that our motto, why we launched this platform, because if you start any business, then whenever we think about the chatting, we always download the WhatsApp, and whenever we
exactly.
require the mails, we always require the Gmails or Gmail ID, the paid plans, and for the Dropbox for a content upload or something for Drive. But for the voice, there is a no any quick solutions. So we require to we think that there is a gap area where we can provide an enterprise solution in a very affordable rate with all the functional, which is easy to use and easy to understand for the SME market. So that is the main motto and behind the Cordes.
Okay. So, your product is already widely used by a lot of SMEs in the market right now, correct?
Right. So we are in
Okay.
the market from like 9 plus years, and we do have some patents as well. And right now, around 50,000 plus agents are using our platform on daily basis or regular basis to handle all the customer support, inbound queries, or for the outbound calls.
Okay. So is it only for large enterprise or even small enterprise also
No,
can?
for SMEs as well. So obviously, for the SMEs, majorly they require the normal basic helpline number like welcome to XY company, press one for this, press two for department, something like that. They require it because the call volume less, they do not have the much team, so they can handle with this thing. But once their company will grow, obviously the team size will grow, the leads will increase. They require some complete solution where inbuild the CRM solution, inbuild the all the call tracking, how agents performing, what is the analysis for that. So everything is in the platform. So previously, last 10 years back, 1 decade back, people are using the offline model where they need to buy the servers, hardware, telephone lines. They need to spend around at least 30 to 40 lakh rupees for average 20 plus agent sitting office. But now, because this cloud content industry, now in just 15 minutes of time, they can just log in the platform and they can start handling all the incoming outgoing calls with including the compliance of following the compliance of the auditor.
And what about the cost factor? Can small
It's
enterprise?
it's, it's 90% lesser rate as compared to the traditional call center solution.
Okay, okay. So
Even we do have the mobile app as well, which obviously they can download and they can start it. It's just 200 rupees per month. That's it.
and despite of all these DLT and strict KYC norms and even CNAP is coming soon, but
Correct.
this scam calls seems to be still rising. Like even telcos came up with solution. So what's
Correct.
fundamentally broken in India in this particular defense mechanism? Like what do you see?
Thi- Right. So first of all, regarding let's suppose about the DLT. So there are three, four parts which government is obviously implementing, and obviously everything is good for that. One is DLT. So for DLT, they have launched this platform so that if any kind of business communication will come, then it should be routed through the DLT platform, whitelisting everything, even the SMS and the SMS links and everything. But second part is the KYC. For the KYC, government has come up with the policy that if you want to do any SIM, you want to purchase a SIM, you need to do the KYC, Aadhaar verification, and everything and something like that. Third is the CNAP. Like if you are going to initiate the call, then we will show your number and everything. So ultimately, everything is good, but the major part is why the spam is still not stopping is not there is no any integrated solution for one umbrella platform. So, for example, imagine if I got a call or a spammer, I raise a complaint, then and according to me, it should be passed on to all the other platforms as well, like either to CNAP, to banks, to regulators, to operators, everything. So that ultimately they will raise the question that okay, this is the false alarm or this is the credit ratio for that. So this is fragmented ultimately. So and plus, if you see, system is optimized for as per different level, DLT part, KYC part, or CNAP part, but majorly depends on the heavily paperwork dependent. So books may have everything is good, but ultimately there is no joint framework to do this thing. So you can say we are lacking a continuous shared fraud intelligence layer. It in the one liner, if you want to say.
And what about this with all these digital arrest news we get to hear? It's very scary, and all these psychological manipulation what all these scammers are doing, and it's increasing also like day to day. So is it some sort of a new sort of cybercrime we are seeing like day by day? Earlier, we never get to see such kind of digital arrest things and all.
Yeah,
People used
correct,
to.
correct.
Now it's
So
like what?
earlier, basically, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
Earlier, basically, people's are the frauds are basically depends on the technical side, like SMS, OTP theft, you can say, or you can say the SIM swaps, right? And link-based phishing, click karo and you will your phone is hacked. But now it's more into the behavioral kind of patterns where they are obviously they are before doing the scam to a particular person, they study the person depending on the age, gender, psychology, also the social media profile and everything, and then they create a role play, they deeply script their content, and then they will contact with you with the behavior, with the technical mix of technical things. So yes, now the things are moving and सभी grow करते हैं. So now scammer is also trying to get more and more kind of things so that उनको एक scamming वो कर सके. That's the reason.
So yeah,
And obviously the AI has come to
yeah, yeah.
drive.
ये
Yeah, please
एंटरप्राइज
proceed.
लेवल पे भी ये स्पूफिंग होता है राइट लाइक दैट्स आल्सो देयर राइट एंटरप्राइज कॉल स्पूफिंग एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स सो आपका ये कॉलर डेस्क कैसे ये व्हाट सॉल्यूशन डज इट ऑफर्स लाइक ये इसको भी अवॉइड कर सकते हैं ये एंटरप्राइज स्पूफिंग को भी अवॉइड कर सकते हैं
No, no. So obviously, for enterprise solution for in the Colores, it's not going to happen because of multiple reasons, and obviously it will be clear once I will tell you. First, ultimately the KYC part. So before any onboarding any customer, we are always do the Aadhaar based OTP verification, all the document verification, DST, PAN card verification, and everything, which is very much required of the government. Second, we are doing a PAN number binding. So, for example, if somebody is purchasing some numbers from us to initiate the call or something, so we are binding their account with their company, with their company accounts and everything. Second thing. Third is the DID or the CLI numbers. So ultimately, every in our operator side, we have one kind of CLIs which we need to configure in the enterprise account. And once they will initiate the call, we will analyze their pattern regular basis through AI and ML, where we will see all the kind of data or what is a sudden push, on what time they are sending the calls, or on what reason, everything. So we will control this thing, including the sentiment analysis as well. So if somebody is calling, as like for example, I'm calling from the bank, so obviously the client is not from the bank actually. So obviously we'll get a red flag and we'll identify thing, and we will coordinate with the operator that this is the thing which obviously this account is doing wrong things. So yes, this is the major reasons.
and once you take all these pan card bindings what are the other signals do you rely on like metadata behavior scoring or past repetition so how
Okay,
do you
so
balance
first,
this with when it comes to privacy of the user or the person.
so once we onboard one customer, we if they are going to get it the call on the phone call or the IP phone, so we whitelist their IPs. We have the pool of DIDs which we need to check that from which number they are initiating the call. Is the number is approved from our side or from the operator side? And there's some the backend logs which we are getting from the operator for the particular time. With these are the three four things which we need to identify, including the DLT part and everything, that they already registered the DLT, what is the DLT certificate, and what is the date of opening the branch or everything. So these are the small things which we are identifying and analyzing it.
And yeah, like the scammers are also evolving every few weeks. Like, how does your company like does it have any AI solution or ML solution that can
Correct.
help identify it in a faster manner? Like, or do you
So
use some sort of a call pattern or IVR behavior? or some sort of a feedback loop given by the users, like how we have in Truecaller or something like so.
Okay.
How
So
do you like walk us through the background, like what actually
okay,
happens?
so I do agree that they are keep evolving themselves because there's a money involved in that. So first of all, yes, we are working on the AI. We do have the sentiment analysis and all the transcription part of the call, which we are regularly analyzing, automating the things. Second, we also developed AI detector, voice detector as well, the deepfake detector. So, for example, if the call is initiated by the bot, so ultimately we'll fetch it that this is a human person or the bot. So we identify as a score for that. Third, ultimately, we also filed 4 patents related to this, where we are going to connect with the banks or the government as per our planning, where we will provide a trusted history offer, where if the call we initiate, we will get to know that from where this call was initiated, who has this call, initiate the call, and if, for example, in the numbers moving in the sense, like for example, you will get a call of dial 100, right? But ultimately, it's not from the police side; it's from the international side who is doing the number spoofing and showing on the display number as a 100 number. So we will have the API from the operators where we can check that actually either it's a display as a 100 number, it is where it's actually the origination, like it's from India, from international, from which state, everything. So these are the part which we are obviously working on. Yet it's not yet perfect, and obviously it need operator approval as well that to provide the solution, including the patent part once it's will approve. So yes, this is what they are also evolving. We are also continue, evolving ourselves.
And from your point of view, like what are the biggest gaps that we have in the regulatory framework, like what TRI has implemented? Is it the DLT or the template approval or enforcement of monitoring? So what's your take on that? Like,
Okay, so first of all the initiation which is launched by the government, either it's a DLT, either it's a CNAP, either it's a for the KYC or for any kind of enforcement something, everything is perfect. But the thing is, there is no single window where we can see all the informations. So, for example, if I am calling to you or as a scammer, for example, let's suppose, then ultimately, if you raise a complaint, then imagine that the issue is from the bank. So, bank always see the focus, or their focus is only for the claim side. That kitna claim hua kya raha, right? For the operator side, they are mainly focused on network side. So from where this call has initiated, right? And then finally, the digital the cyber security team is going to the rest of the part. So basically, there's a different model for different things. So एक complaint आया वो आपको 6-8 महीने तक तो आप complaint ही चल रहा है, and there is no faster way. Plus, if you are raising one complaint for one number, so it should be blocked across all the operators, everything, and immediately including the banks, KYC details, UPI as well, like from this number UPI transaction should be stopped, everything. So I think there is a requirement of a unified platform where we or a normal app where everything can be done in single instant matter if the complaint is valid. So that is the
and
major, I think, gap. Hmm.
and even like CNAP is being projected as a major fix for all these things, like currently, like, but realistically, is CNAP enough, or are we expecting too much out of it? Like,
So first of all, it's good that at least something is coming. Better than nothing, if something's coming. So yes, CNAP is good, but ultimately, it's still, according to me, it's a half-done thing because CNAP is just showing you the caller name, right? But obviously, why they are calling you, who is calling you, or what is the intent behind it is not clear. So ultimately, what India required is the caller trust score. So whenever the call will come, it should come with this caller number, including the trust score, the 100% trust, 90%, 80%, 70%. So this kind of scoring we require it. But yes, first obviously we start with the CNAP, and then
It's
probably
18
government
hours.
will initiate with the this trust score or anything. Hopefully.
okay, all these this fake IVR loan scam, bank imprints, bank people calling and saying, "Hey, I'm calling from bank." That the scam calls. That can cloud telephony validate this enterprise identity before the call lands on the consumer's phone? Like, is it?
Correct, correct. Yes, yes. Obviously. Like we are, whenever they will use the cloud telephony for like a business is using the cloud telephony or they're providing their GST or everything to get at the service to initiate the call. Then obviously we have the multiple layers. The first layer is the KYC and everything. Second is the number mapping, where we have specifically allocated numbers, which is provided by the operator, and further they are provided by the DOT, and we are specially binding that number with the enterprise team. So this will be a unique identity which they are going to use it. For example, for the banks. So and now, as per government rule, if any bank is going to initiate the call, they should initiate the call from starting from the 0160, and then if it is a transaction call or any service call, and if there is a promotional call, then it should be start from the 0140 or something. So obviously, if they are going to use CallerDesk or they are going to use as an enterprise account, then ultimately there is no chance. We have all the details and everything. But still, if somebody is going to do, then it will be identified instantly.
And do you think like we should have like, being a large country like India, we should have a one tap system for user to report these kind of scam attempts, that and which get shared across all the telecos, or like
100%, 100%, like absolutely, like I said, that it is required because right now government is majorly are heavily compliance and paperwork kind of situation. So सब कुछ चल रहा है, papers are देने, they are रोज रोज एक नया नया अपना रिसर्च पेपर वो सब लेके आना है ड्राफ्ट. That is good, but yes, and ultimately it's good and it takes time. एक दो सालों में, तीन सालों में हो जाएगा, but yes, it's a requirement.
and one user has mentioned only one SIM per person with Aadhaar authentication. If someone need more, probably seems scam declaration. Not sure what exactly he's trying to
So
ask. Like,
I think what I understood is like for one person can get nine SIM card, and
okay,
if they want to track that how many SIM card has, for example, if I understood correctly, for example, he wants to know like there if he want to know that how many SIM cards has right now even on their Aadhaar card, right?
yeah,
किसी
yeah,
ने किसी को निकाल लिया. So there is a government app where
exactly.
they can I will share you the link as well. I think it's Sanchar Sathi or something, where they can just visit, and they can enter their number, obviously verify their number as a OTP, and they will get all the list of the SIM cards which are activated on their Aadhaar card. अगर उनको लगता है कुछ बंद कराना है, किसी ने फेक किया, उसको ब्लॉक करा सकता है.
I hope Jitesh, you are clear with
Yes.
your answer. Like,
I reply for two
so
questions. One is for one Aadhaar card, nine numbers.
yeah. So we already have spam filters. Like most of the people are using Truecaller, and abhi to teleco level bhi aa gaya, like Airtel
CNAP.
bhi.
This is same thing, correct?
So, or end of the day, what does caller desk uniquely solve? Others cannot. What exactly it is solving?
Okay, okay. So first, right now we are just following the government regulations, but yes, the unique thing is going to happen after 1 and 2 years because obviously it requires government approval, where we are going to provide one app, not like Truecaller, but it's for the spam control. Where if somebody is calling to a person, we will create a trust score, like I mentioned, the caller trust score with multiple things. Like we will check what is the number spoofing, like if the caller number is real or not or impersonate. Second, we will check is the caller call is AI based or the real phone or the real human being is answering the call or discussing with you. Third, we will check that the call was initiated from the actually from the bank side or the whatever the call purpose they are calling, like I'm calling from bank or from GST department or something. We will check from the bank via the API that is this a call which you have initiated or your any dealer or something has initiated. So this kind of thing we come up with the AI, including the AI, and file for the patent. So we are working with multiple things, but yes, it takes time around 1 year. But obviously, there are a lot of government regulations which we need to follow for this, and we need to take the permissions as well. Yes, this is because even if you type in the internet now, right now the slowly the spam calling things is going to increase with AI voice deep fake voice analyzer. So आपको कोई कॉल करेगा सीए एंड सीए will say like, okay sir, just give me your OTP, I need to file the report. So the file in inter ITR. So ultimately आप दे दोगे, but the concern is the CA is not calling you, that is the AI bot which is cloning
Yeah.
as a CA.
This was exactly the next thing I wanted to ask you about, this
Please.
AI-based voice cloning thing. Like it's very hard to detect also. So how should India prepare before this deep fake
So
calling becomes
it
mainstream?
is
Like
it is
what exactly?
they are already prepared because
Okay.
first of all that is why we have filed the patent. Second,
Okay.
that is already developed by in-house in our company, and
Uh-huh.
where if somebody will call, we will analyze that the call is speaking by, or the conversation is from the AI side or the human side. And this is one of the part of the bigger plan which we are planning. So it is we are prepared. Like obviously it is depending on the government regulatory that how they are going to implement. But yes, it sooner or later ये हो जाएगा.
I know most banks and NBFC usually outsource the calling wala BPO, right? Like, so how does CallerDesk ensure that the call environment stays compliant even when it is outsourced? Like,
Okay, so first of all, even they do not require, the people do not require the corridors for this. Frankly speaking, even the for the NFC bank, NFC or the banks, government has already come up with the this 0160 series. So if any call you're getting any call from the banks, financial institution, insurance companies, everything, the call should be come from two series. Either one starting from 0160, which is for transaction or service calls for banks, for MC banks, if you are taking the loan or something. And the second is 0140, which is for promotional call. If any calls comes other than this thing and they are calling you for the promotional or something, or showing that they are calling from the bank, just disconnect the call. It can be a spam call. This is strictly published by the RBI, and all the banks are now following from last 1 years.
okay. So thank you, Kaushal, like giving a brief thing, like what are the current problems and what exactly you are solving. And you also explained about deep fake and problematic it's going to be over the period of time. Do you want to add up anything or like put forward anything like?
Uh, I think India is already, yes, spammer is there, but now India is also very much active in this kind of thing. Even in our industry, they have very tight regulation for compliance part, for the security part, and even they regularly on day by day they are come up with a lot of solutions which ultimately we know because of we are related to this industry. But yes, I think India or the government is very much clear regarding the security part, and in the next 1 to 3 years, obviously it takes time to implement these things because India is 140 crores people is there in India, so it takes time. But yes, it will be done. India को पता है, government को पता है कि ये करना है, and they are generally they are going to follow it. That's why.
Okay. Thank you, Kaushal, for your time. Uh,
Thank you,
Maybe
thank
we
you.
can connect again next time during a live interaction. And
Done,
good
done.
luck with all your ventures, Kaushal.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Okay.
guys. Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Varun.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Bye. Yeah.
Bye.